Hollywood is no stranger to some really unfortunate at times casting choices, including Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian character in Ghost in the Shell and Emma Stone playing an Asian character in Aloha. But to this, in comes Harriet. So the screenwriter for Harriet, Gregory Allen Howard, had this to say about his quest to make this movie. He said, "I wanted to turn Harriet Tubman's life, which I'd studied in college, into an action-adventure movie. The climate in Hollywood, however, was very different back then, decades ago. I was told how one studio head said in a meeting, 'This script is fantastic, let's get Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman.'" That's not a joke that he's making or that the executive is making. They were serious.
It took me multiple.
Pretty Woman herself.
It took me multiple articles to believe this to be true. Yesterday when I saw it, I was like, oh, the Onion's at it again.
Now, that's how we reacted. And so apparently even at the time, some people were like, well, that seems weird. And so he goes on to say, Howard said that when someone suggested Roberts could play the role, that she could not play the role, the executive responded, "It was so long ago, no one's gonna know the difference." Thank you. In case anyone doesn't know what Julia Roberts looks like, yes.
It was so long ago, people might forget that white folks are the ones that were the slave masters and black people.
Well, I knew it was one way or the other. Yeah. But by the way, just to be very clear, this was not Julia Roberts' idea. So far as I know, Julia Roberts never even knew about this idea. It had nothing to do with Julia Roberts. But Hollywood executives were thinking, you know what? I could see making a Harriet Tubman movie. It is a really inspiring story about one of the greatest Americans of all time, but I'm thinking maybe Kirstie Alley. You know, no, just get a black actress. They exist. They're trying to find work and they would love to play Harriet Tubman. It's a great challenge to play this dynamic, complicated character. And so look, the good side of this is that finally, after decades of effort, the movie gets made and it looks like it's gonna be awesome.
Well, there was a couple problems. Also, there's one more quote where they're talking about when 12 Years a Slave was a hit, did all this money, and Black Panther this. So this is the basis for the reasoning behind this. They're like, well, we don't care if we do things accurately. We just care if it makes us money.
Yes.
Julia Roberts is a name that we can throw around. Who cares? We'll throw her in some blackface, and people will come and watch it because it's Julia Roberts. That'll be awesome. Not, hey, let's represent this thing correctly and do a film that is not only entertaining but also is celebratory and informative about what really happened. No, who cares? First off, it already cringed first off when they said they wanted the Harriet Tubman movie to be an action adventure movie, so she's gonna be the next Marvel character. But no, just the interest level, if you do it correctly, is interesting enough. But when people have no interest in the subject matter or the characters that actually did the heroic acts, then why would you cast it that way? You don't care about what the person looked like in real life. Why would you care what they look like in your film? It's about making that money. And Julia Roberts will bring us in some money, not some random black person I've never heard of before.
Well, you know, and the really weird thing too is, ideally, these executives would, they would be willing to do these movies without needing the crazy financial incentive to get over their own baked in racism. That would be ideal, that's not the world that we live in. But now there's movies, a number of movies that have shown that these sorts of movies can make tons of money, and so they're a little bit more accepting of it. But it took them so long to come to that conclusion, and the only reason they didn't have a lot more evidence early was because they wouldn't even experiment to find out. And really, think about how powerful a person's racism has to be, that they're willing to delude themselves into losing out on literally billions of dollars over the course of decades, just to not do these sorts of movies. That is a powerful motivating force.
And the reason he had that mindset is because this has been done constantly from early film days. They've been doing this up and through current. I had a bunch of lists of them, but you can look up the list of things that were whitewashed. This is a normal thing in Hollywood. So as someone says it, it's not like, oh my God, how dare you say that? They're like, that's the normal process we go with here.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this clip from The Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.